We have Olivia, Corey and Isaac here with us from the Freshmen team. They were all part of an urban experience week where they spent time in the city exploring different aspects of St. Louis, and they're here to give us some of their insights into what they discovered. So, Olivia, what was impactful for you during that week?
During the week, one of the days on Wednesday, my group went out and we went to go see the Delmar Divide. And it's basically, it's an effect of redlining in the post-Depression era. And it was really interesting to see how the north of Delmar, there was just a lot of worse houses. It wasn't as well maintained. And then we crossed the street and we went to the south of Delmar, and the houses were so much bigger and everything was much better maintained over there.
Yeah. And what did you learn about that? What was the background?
We learned that it had to do with a ton of different things, and it doesn't just boil down to one thing, so it's difficult to explain. But one of the main things was just property values. There was a thing called white flight. It was when white people would leave neighborhoods that black people were living in, and since there was no other businesses in that area, then the house value went down. So then more black people could afford it because they were on lower income, but then white people, they wanted to move over to bigger houses.
Yeah.
So.
And that combined with redlining and other segregation practices has really created a situation in the city which continues to this day, and you were able to see that. Corey, why do you think we should even do this kind of an experience? I mean, we're taking you out of classes for a week. Why is this important for you?
I think the urban adventure is important for us because we need to be able to adapt to different cultures once we graduate and we move on to jobs and different areas where we're not used to. We should have the proper skills that we need for when we leave areas like Principia and we go out into the world and we grow beyond school. We need to be able to adapt to different cultures and be able to just grow.
And do you think that, or how do you think that this week helped you and your classmates build some of those other skills?
It definitely helped me realize, get out of myself and realize that there are people so close to me that aren't as fortunate as me and that I can help. We did a community service day where we picked up trash around a lower income area, and at first I wasn't really too happy about it, but then once we got into it, I realized if I were living in this area and someone would reach out and take the time out of their day to help me, it would have a much larger impact than I thought it would. So I feel it was good that we were able to leave the classroom and go and talk to people who experience these things every day and learn what it's like to live in an urban area when we don't really understand it.
Yeah. Living in this in this environment out here in the suburbs, we don't often get to interact with those areas. So I appreciate your answer. Isaac, you gave a fantastic presentation the other night talking about the piece of art, and you said you found a lot of yourself in this week and then expressed that through your artwork. What did you mean by that?
Oh, yes. Well, I did a fleur de lis, which is a composed lily stylized with a band wrapped near their bases. There's three leaves. So I feel my three identities were represented in those leaves. And one of the main identities I really liked about it was I'm a young black male in this day and age, and it's statistics say I'm 21 more times likely to be shot and killed by police, and I don't feel a lot of people understand that, or and at Principia understand where I'm coming from there, but being in the urban experience, they can get a glimpse of what some people live through every day, and I feel that was a huge thing for some people.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fantastic that you're able to get into these environments beyond the classroom and actually discover a lot more about what's happening around just in your local neighborhood. Like you said, Corey, we're only 20 minutes away from these areas, and to discover the background that helps us understand why we're seeing what we're seeing there right now, and then also to find a little bit of yourself in these areas and to discover more about who you are, and then sharing that with your classmates. So I really appreciate all of you coming in today. It was a great learning experience for us, and it sounds like it was a really good learning experience for you. And and here's to a lot more weeks like the urban experience that we did have. Thank you very much, and we look forward to being back here again in a few weeks.